In the distant corners of the galaxy, the planet Zorath was known as a place of order, control, and fear. Its sky was a swirl of green and violet clouds, and the cities were made of metal towers that touched the stars. The rulers of Zorath, the Zorthians, were a species of brilliant and ruthless aliens. They had conquered many worlds, bending entire civilizations under their rule. Yet, they had a new prize in mind: humans. The humans were strange creatures, fragile yet unpredictable. The Zorthians had captured many from Earth, believing that with the right technology, humans could become the ultimate soldiers. They called them the Controlled. These humans were implanted with devices in their brains to obey every command. No one had ever resisted. Until now, in the heart of the Zorothian capital, a large laboratory glowed under cold, white light. Scientists moved quickly around a single human, sitting in a chair, strapped down with metal bands. His eyes were calm but alert. His name was Kael, though the Zorothians only called him Subject X-17. Kael had been taken from Earth just days ago. At first, he had been terrified, confused, and angry. But what made him different was not his strength or speed, was his mind. His mind could not be controlled. Every attempt the Zorothians made to bend him, he resisted, often without even thinking about it. The head scientist, a tall alien with silver skin and glowing blue eyes, frowned. Why does he not obey? She whispered to her assistant. We have never had a human resist our implants. The assistant shook his head nervously. I do not know, High Scientist. He is different. Kael's eyes flicked to the ceiling, studying the machines above. He noticed the faint hum of the control devices. Every thought of his was being monitored, every move recorded. But Kael did not panic. Instead, he began to plan. He was not just a human. He was a human who could not be controlled, and he would prove it. Meanwhile, in another part of Zorth, the city was buzzing with news. Word had spread that Subject X-17 was resisting control. Guards whispered to each other, and even the lowest-ranking Zorothians feared him. To them, humans were tools, not threats. Yet here was one that defied them all. The Council of Zorothians gathered in the high chamber above the city. Tall and imposing, they looked down at holographic images of Kael in the lab. This is unacceptable, said the leader, a being named Kael. His voice was sharp, echoing through the chamber. If a human cannot be controlled, then we cannot risk him. He must either obey or die. Another council member, smaller and covered in golden scales, shook his head. Perhaps. We underestimate him. Perhaps this one is special. Kael's eyes narrowed. Special or not, he is human. And humans are weak. Weakness must be corrected or eliminated. Back in the lab, Kael's thoughts raced. He had to escape, but the facility was enormous, filled with guards, cameras, and lethal technology. He noticed a small vent near the floor, just large enough to crawl through. If he could reach it, he might slip into the maintenance tunnels beneath the city. The scientists began a new test. Machines whirred and lights blinked. A mechanical arm reached toward Kael's chair, adjusting the neural implants. Pain shot through his mind as the control signal strengthened. Most humans would scream, cry, and submit. Kael clenched his fists, gritting his teeth. The pain was sharp, but it could not break his will. Then, in a moment that shocked the Zorothians, Kael's mind fought back. The control signals did not force him. Instead, they sparked something different. His eyes glowed faintly, and the monitors began to flicker. The alien scientist stepped back, alarmed. What? What is happening? The assistant cried. Kael did not answer. He simply moved. With a sudden, swift motion, he broke the metal bands around his wrists. The chair fell backward, crashing onto the floor. Alarms blared, and the room was thrown into chaos. Guards rushed in, but Kael was faster. Using the confusion, he darted toward the vent. Bullets and energy blasts shot past him, cutting through metal and stone. Yet Kael moved like a shadow, avoiding every attack. He reached the vent, kicking it open, and crawled into the darkness. The sounds of the lab faded behind him, replaced by the hum of the maintenance tunnels. Kael's heart pounded, but his mind was calm. He knew this was only the beginning. The Zorothians would not stop. They would send soldiers, war machines, even elite hunters to track him. But Kael was ready. He was not just a human, he was the human who could not be controlled, above ground. Kael slammed his fist onto the council table. Send the hunters. Bring him back dead or alive. We will not fail again. In the tunnels, Kael paused to catch his breath. The air was damp, the walls cold. Yet he felt alive in a way he never had before. Every instinct, every thought was his own. He smiled faintly, knowing he had just won a small victory. But the war was only beginning. The humans in the Zorothian facilities were waking up to his legend. Whispers spread among them. There is one who cannot be controlled. There is one who can fight back. Kael moved deeper into the tunnels, ready to strike when the time was right. The galaxy had never seen a human like him. And the Zorothians would soon learn that some humans are not meant to be controlled. They are meant to lead, to fight, and to change everything. As he emerged from the tunnels into the shadow of the city, Kael looked at the towering Zorothian structures. Sparks of rebellion stirred in his mind. The war had begun unexpectedly, and the human who could not be controlled was ready to write the first chapter.